In terms of crop management, adding annual ryegrass as a cover crop to the corn-soybean crop rotation is similar to making the switch to no-till. There is a learning curve associated with anything new. Because crop management decisions can change with changes in climate and soil conditions, growers interested in using annual ryegrass should learn as much as they can from others who've had success with the system. Then a good first step is to try annual ryegrass on a test plot or small acreage.
If you've never no-tilled and you've never had a cover crop, then it's probably not something you want to go out and do on your entire farm. You know, like I said, it's just another level of management, and if you're a successful no-tiller and you feel like you can handle more management practices, then I'd definitely recommend it.
In addition, it's valuable to work with someone knowledgeable about continuous no-till and cover crops. Another farmer, an extension agent, or crop consultant can help with the specific ways to best manage annual ryegrass as a cover crop within your current cropping system.
You know, anytime we add cover crops into an existing system, there is a layer of management that you have to be prepared for. It's like anything else that we would add. We want to make sure we have that management in hand before we move into that direction.
The thing to remember is it's not a 1 year type program. You do it 1 year, use annual ryegrass, you may not see, especially depending on the weather conditions, you may not see much changes. It's a long term, same as with continuous no-till.
Those who are having success with annual ryegrass point to several key factors to keep in mind. The first thing, plant quickly after your corn or soybean harvest. Alternatively, you can aerially seed into a standing crop at leaf drop if there is sufficient soil moisture. Planting early is important to ensure adequate growth of the annual ryegrass prior to winter.
The earlier you can get it seeded, the better. There's just no substitute for being out there early to help it get established. And that's the biggest challenge in our latitude, is that, you know, our harvest typically runs from early to mid-September up into the 1st of November, and the closer you get to the 1st of November, the more problematic establishing ryegrass becomes, and the more at the mercy of Mother Nature you are as to whether it's going to go or not. So the big one is getting it on early and trying to form a system that allows you to do that.
There are a variety of ways to seed annual ryegrass depending on soil moisture conditions. For many growers, the preferred method is seeding the ryegrass with a no-till drill about 1/4 to 1/2 inch deep. This provides optimal seed to soil contact and is the most reliable way to establish good early growth. However, this is also the most labor-intensive method, especially if harvest is still underway. Other options include aerial seeding at leaf drop time or mixing annual ryegrass seed with fertilizer and using an airflow applicator.
You can have it broadcast on with fertilizer or airflowed on with fertilizer. The big thing on that is we want to get it in as early as possible when you do that, because you're taking a 1 to 2 week delay in that plant coming up and developing compared to a drill.
Running a fluffing harrow after the airflow will improve germination with sufficient soil moisture.
The last 2 years we've been using a Valmar seeder mounted on a Phillips harrow. Allows us to get across the acres a lot faster, and you know, for us, we're far enough north where I think that you know, timely seeding is ultimately key. So if we start harvesting in the 10 to 15 September range, you know, we want to get our grass out as fast as we can.
We're broadcasting it with an airflow fertilizer truck, mixing it with the fertilizer, and then incorporating it with a Great Plains Turbo Till with a rolling harrow, similar to the Phillips harrow.
This is the first year that we've had ryegrass on this field. This was an early harvested bean field. The beans came out the 13th, 14th of September. We immediately applied hog manure and then seeded with the Phillips harrow. And you know, you see what a dramatic difference it makes to get things done early. And you know, right now this ryegrass out here is anywhere from 3 to 8 inches tall.